Hey guys, what's going on? This is Godimon 750, and I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. I was thinking, as you know, I make, sometimes I put videos of different people preaching, and I do it because I have a strong Christian foundation, and I believe that we all need God in our lives. But some people might think that, hey, I'm good enough. I could do it on my own. I don't need God. I don't need anything. So I would like to talk about that for a bit. So let's talk about that. The righteousness or the belief that we are good enough to be able to, after we die, be in a better place. And without God, I mean, try going a month without having a hard day, without having a moment where you want to hurt somebody because in your point of view they did you wrong. So how would that, in a way, make you think that you're going to be good enough for on your own to make it into heaven, to make it into paradise, to make it into, whatever it is that you want to call it? So, in your point of view, you're a good person. In your point of view, you haven't killed anybody. In your point of view, you believe that everything that you do day to day is good enough to, if there is a God, in your point of view, to be able to stand in front of him and say, hey, I was good enough most of my time on earth. Therefore, I should be allowed to enjoy heaven. I should be allowed to have all these amenities that quote-unquote Christians say they have through believing in Jesus Christ. So that's what you basically are saying. That there is no God. That everything just happened to form itself. The life just so happened to be here on Earth, but on the moon there's no life. On other planets there's no life because we haven't seen any life. So all of a sudden it was just Earth was the right distance, was the right temperature, was the right everything from everything else to be able for life to just start. Because there was a comet that hit into Earth and therefore it threw dust up in the atmosphere and clouds were formed. Because it killed everything, but yet it brought life. That's what you're saying. Like, what you are believing is that out of nothing, something came up. What I believe, and I'm not saying I'm right, I'm just saying this is what I believe. We get to the right part later. But what I believe is that there is a supreme being, there is one God, that in his mercy, he decided to create something out of nothing. See, the difference in theology might be similar. But in my point of view, there is a being there is a supreme being that decided to, out of sand or dirt, to create a human being and created everything else. It takes faith, which is believing in something that you can't prove, right? Something not seen. So I'd rather have that kind of faith than have the faith that out of nothing there is something. Because if you believe that out of nothing there is something and that there is no God, then what you're saying is that us as human beings, we are our own God. So if we are our own God, why are we not capable of so many other things? Why isn't each person a God? Because if there's no God, there's no supreme leader, then you're saying that we are it. Or you might want to believe that there's aliens out there. So if the aliens out there are the supreme beings, did they come here and made us? Is that why the Egyptians have the pyramids? If that's why the Egyptians have so many gods? See, they didn't want to believe that there was one ruler. If they believe that everything is a god, it's better for them to go through life not seeing the God. Because in their point of view, the moon is a god, the sun is a god. These are things that are visual. So, my topic, my point of view is just think about things. It's not to comment below and start an argument. I'm just trying to put some thought for the day in your head that we might need a God to save us. And in His mercy, He has. He has sent His Son to die and be resurrected so we could have eternal life. You may choose not to believe that, or you may choose to believe it but not give yourself 100% to it and think that you are strong enough on your own again to do things. Remember, God is the supreme leader. He is the God. He's the one that made us. He has the one that is in control of everything. You might say, if there is a God, how come there's famine? How come people kill each other? Well, because this world has been given to the devil. And if you don't believe there is a devil, think about it. Why is there so much bad things going on? And you might say, hey, there's good, bad things going on to people that believe in God as well. But that's because we have to go through the struggle. And I believe that we have to go and understand that everything is decided by God. Things go wrong in our lives, well, it's decided by God. Why? Do we know the reason? No, we don't need to know the reason. We just need to have faith that everything will be okay. I mean, how many times do you go through things where you're really down, low in the dumps, you're feeling like everything is going bad, just to realize that in a year you can look back and go, wow, things were bad, but I made it through. And you didn't make it through because you're strong enough. You made it through because there's a reason for it. We don't know it, but I have faith that will help me. And God will help me through those hard times. So in the end, there will be a blessing for His name. In the Bible, we are taught that everything was created for Him, to be a blessing to God. Many moons before the creation of man, there was an angel that was jealous of God and decided that he wanted to have some of that glory, that he wanted to have some of the worship, and he didn't think it was fair that the other angels, just like himself, will worship a God. Do you have to believe that? No. I choose to believe it because I choose to believe what the Bible teaches. Yeah, everybody says, but the Bible teaches genocide, teaches to go and, it was said by God to a king to go and kill everybody and kill everything. That's genocide. But those are people that choose only to read or only to know that. But if you read more of the Bible, you understand the reason why it was said. But anyway, I'm not here to preach. In a way, I am, but I'm here more or less to tell you to not be confused and to think that your righteousness is good enough to make you have eternal life. It is clear in the Bible that to the man it is to live and die once, and then there's judgment. So when you die and you're in front of God, why are you going to say that you should go to heaven? Food for thought, people. This is Godimon 750 telling you to live life and love life. And whatever you do, don't be a biscuit head. Don't give people a hard time. Alright? Deuces.
And I don't know if I've ever been really loved.